Hello, my dear learners. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. So, here comes up a new chapter of your English book, and the chapter name is The Open Window. Yes, The Open Window is the chapter name. Let's see what this chapter all about. सबसे पहले यहाँ पे आपके लिए लिखा गया है create an imaginary short story by exchanging dialogues between these two characters. इन दो characters को लेके एक story बनानी है आप लोगों ने, तो just try it yourself, okay? चलिए सबसे पहले हम देखते हैं चैप्टर की समरी क्या है जो कि आपके यहाँ पे लिखी गई है. कैन यू सी हियर? सबसे पहले चैप्टर की समरी देखते हैं ताकि हम जब चैप्टर को पढ़ें तो हमें अच्छे से समझ में आ जाए. सो फ्रैम्पटन न्यूटल्ट visited Mr. Stapleton homes to help calm his nervousness. While waiting for her, Mr. Stapleton nice Vera tells him means यहाँ पे एक इंसान है जिसका नाम क्या है बेटा? फ्रैम्पटन. फ्रैम्पटन किससे मिलने आता है? मिस्टर सैम्पलेटन से. फ्रैम्पटन सैपलेटन से मिलने आता है. ठीक है, जब वो उससे मिलने आता है तो उसकी नाइस एक वी कैन से वीरा नाम था, वो एक स्टोरी सुनाती. क्या सुनाती है? tells him a sad story about how her aunt's husband and brother disappear in a dog 3 years ago. मीन्स वो क्या बताती है? एक सैड स्टोरी कि कैसे उसकी आंट और उसके हस्बैंड गुम हो जाते हैं, डिसअपियर हो जाते हैं 3 साल तक. एंड माइट रिटर्न थ्रू अ ओपन विंडो. और 3 साल बाद वो कैसे आते हैं? विंडो से घर पे वापस. कौन कौन? उसके आंट, उसके हस्बैंड एंड उसके ब्रदर. ये कौन सुनाता है? जो सैपलेटन की वी कैन से नाइस थी और वीरा वो सुनाती है. ठीक है. When Mrs. Stapleton mentions she is expecting them back soon, Frantons become very nervous. Suddenly, he sees man who look like the one in Veena's story walking towards the house and run after in fear. Veera then makes up another story telling her aunt that Frampton run away because he is scared of dog. Showing she enjoys making up the stories and tricking the people. Means अब एक बार क्या होता है इस तरीके के, जब वो आता है, जब वो मीन्स फ्रैम्पटन आया तो उसको ये स्टोरी सुना दी कि किस तरीके से मेरे भाई और मेरे हस्बैंड इस तरीके से भाग जाते हैं, है ना. फिर जब ये स्टोरी सुन के जो फ्रैम्पटन होता है ना, तो वो जब सोचता है कि अरे ये तो स्टोरी मुझे, जो ये इंसान जो चल के आ रहा है, ये तो वही इंसान के बारे में जो मुझे वीरा ने बताया था. ठीक है, तो वो खुद भाग जाता है घर छोड़ के. तब वो जो वीरा एक और नई स्टोरी बनाती है कि ये जो है फ्रैम्पटन ये घर छोड़ के इसलिए भाग गया क्योंकि ये डॉग से बहुत डरता था. तो इस तरीके से जो वीरा ना अलग अलग स्टोरी, स्ट्रिक्टली स्टोरी और थोड़ी सी वी कैन से इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज ऐसे सुनाया करती थी. ठीक है, तो ये स्टोरी थी. तो ये तो समझ में आ गया आपको. ये स्टोरी थोड़ी बहुत हो सकती है. चलिए फिर पढ़ना शुरू करते हैं. Now read the story and throw light on how easily one can manipulate by the convexing tales. मीन्स किस तरीके से आप मैनिपुलेट, किस तरीके से आप चीजों को बना के घुमा फिरा के बोल सकते हो, ये सब हम पढ़ेंगे इसमें. ठीक है जी. चलिए फिर अब देखो किस तरीके से ये इससे मिलने आता है ना. ये है हमारा कौन लग तो रहा है हमें, ये कौन होगा? क्या इसका नाम होगा? अभी आएगा. हाँ, फ्रैम्पटन न्यूटल, है ना. My aunt will be down presently. Mr. Nuttall sat a very self-possessed young lady of 15. In the meantime, you must try and put up with me. Frampton Nuttall endures to say the correct something which should duly flatter the nice and the moment without unduly discounting the aunt that was to come. Privately, he doubted more than ever whether these formal visits on a succession of total strangers would do much towards helping the nerves cure which he is supposed to be undergoing. I know how it will be. Means वो ये अब स्टोरी सुना रही है कि किस तरीके से उसकी नाइस वी कैन से लेडी की देन बता रही है कि किस तरीके से वो लोग गुम हो जाते हैं. तो वो बताता है, I know how it will be. His sister had said when he was preparing to migrate to the rural retreat, you will bury yourself down there and not speaking to a living soul, and your nerves will be rosen than ever for moping. I shall just give you a letter of introduction to all the people I know her. Some of them, as far as I can remember, were quite nice. Frampton wondered whether Mr. Sapleton, ये Mrs. Sapleton ये है हमारी, ठीक है, she is Mrs. we can say Sapleton, and that boy or that man is known as Frampton. Okay, so Frampton wonders whether Mr. Sapleton, the lady to whom he was presenting one of the letter of introduction, came to the nice division. Do you know many of the people around here? Asked the nice, when she judged that they had a sufficient silent communication. जो उसकी we can say नाइट्स थी, उसने पूछा कि जिसका नाम वीरा था, हमने पढ़ा था, उसने पूछा कि आपने देखा है कि आप और बताओ इस तरीके से, है ना. हार्डली अ सोल मीन्स आप किसको उसको जानते हो, तो उसने कहा फ्रैम्पटन ने, मैं किसी को इतना नहीं जानता. माई सिस्टर वॉज स्टेइंग हियर एट द रेक्टोर, यू नो, some 4 years ago, and she gave letter of introduction to some of the people there. He made the last statement in a tone of distinct regret. Then you know practically nothing about my aunt, pursued and self-possessed young lady. Only her name and address, admitted the caller. He was wondering whether Mr. Sapleton was in the married or widowed state. An undefinable something about the room seems to suggest masculine habitations. Her great tragedy happened just 3 years ago, said the child. That would be since your sister's time. Her strategy, said Frampton, somehow in the restful country spot strategy seems out of place. मीन्स ये अब उसको वो चीजें बता रहा है जो हमने अभी समरी में देखा, ठीक है. You may wonder why you keep the window open on an October afternoon, said the nice, indicating a large French window that opened on a lawn. ये जिस विंडो से वो लोग वापस आ गए थे, है ना, जो अभी हमने देखा कि वो जब बताई थी कि उसके हस्बैंड किस तरीके से हस्बैंड, ब्रदर एंड उसकी आंट चली जाती है ना. It is a quite warm of a time of the year, said Frampton. Means ये आपने किस तरीके से विंडो खोली है वो पूछता है. But has the window not get anything to do with the strategy? Out through the window 3 years ago to a day, her husband and मीन्स वो बताती है कि अभी इस मौसम में आपने खिड़की खोलने का क्या मतलब है, ना तो अभी ज्यादा नहीं है ना तो कुछ है, आप ये क्यों ओपन कर रहे हो, है ना. तो फ्रैम्पटन उससे पूछता है, तो उसकी जो वीरा बताती है कि किस तरीके से उसके हस्बैंड, है ना, उसकी जो भांजी वो बताती है कि किस तरीके से उसके हस्बैंड एंड 2 यंग ब्रदर्स वेंट ऑफ फॉर अ डे शूटिंग, के किस तरीके से एक बार उसके ब्रदर्स एंड हस्बैंड्स गए थे शूटिंग पे. दे नेवर कम बैक, और वो वापस नहीं आ गए, ठीक है. इन क्रॉसिंग द मोर टू देयर फेवरेट स्नीप शूटिंग ग्राउंड, they were all 3 engulfed in the treacherous piece of pork. मीन वो फिर आए ही नहीं, they left that, ठीक है. It had been the dreadful wet summers, you know, and the place that was safe in others' years gave way suddenly without warming. Their bodies were never recovered. मीन्स वो बोलते हैं कि उनकी तो बॉडीज भी रिकवर, कुछ नहीं हमें पता था कि वो कहाँ चले गए, ठीक है. Their bodies were never recovered. That was the dreadful part of it. Here the child was lost in his self-possessed note and became fretfully human. Poor aunt always think that he will come back someday. They and the little brown speller that was lost with them and walk in the window just as they used to be. Means वो बताते हैं किस तरीके से, ये देख रहे हो ना, उसके 2 ब्रदर एंड हस्बैंड इसी विंडो से अंदर आए थे, है ना. तो उसकी आंट को पता था कि ये लोग जरूर वापस आएंगे, ठीक है. Poor dear aunt, she has often told me how they went out. Her husband with his white waterproof coat over his arm, and Ronnie, her youngest brother, singing Bertley, "Why do you bound?" as he always did to tease her because she said it too got on her nerves. Do you know something? On still quiet evening like this, I almost get a creepy feeling that they were all walking in through the window. She broke off the little shudders. It was a relief to Frampton when the aunt bustled into the room with a wrinkle of apologize for being late in making her appearance. "I hope Vera has been amusing you," she said. "She has been very interesting," said Frampton. आई होप मीन्स जब वो जो उसकी सैपलेटॉन उसको जब लगा कि उसकी जो वीरा है वो बहुत वीकेंड से बोर कर रही है उसको, तो वो कहते हैं नहीं ये बहुत अच्छी चीजें मुझे बता रही है इस तरीके से. आई होप यू डोंट माइंड द ओपन विंडो मीन्स वो बोलती है कि आपको कोई इससे एतराज नहीं होगा जो हमने ओपन विंडो रखी हुई है, क्योंकि ये पूरी स्टोरी जो हमने देखा वीरा ने बताई थी. ठीक है. "I hope you don't mind the open window," said Mrs. Sapletons briskly. "My husband and my brother will be home directly from the shooting and they will always come in this way." मीन्स वो जब भी आते थे वो इधर इसी के रास्ते से आया करते थे, इसलिए विंडो हमेशा ओपन रहती है. "I were been out of snips in the marshy today, so they will make a fine messy over my poor carpet. So like you men flock, it's not her it." She scattered on cheerfully about the shooting and scarcity of birds and the prospects for ducks in winters. To Frampton, it was all purely horrible. He made a desperate but not only partially successful efforts to turn the walk on to Lee's hasty topic. He was conscious that his hostess was giving him only a fragment of the attention, and her eyes was constantly straying past him to open the window and the lawn beyond. It was certainly an unfortunate coincidence that she would have to pay the visit of his tragic anniversary. The doctor agreed in order me complete rest and absence of mental excitement and avoidance of anything in the nature of violent physical exercise, announced Framantos, whose labors under the tolerably widespread delusions, the total strangers and chance acquaintances are hungry for the least details of one's elements and infringements these cause the core on that demand the diet they are not much so in agreement, he continued. ठीक है. अब वो क्या बोलेगा देखिए. "No," said Mr. Sapleton in her voice, which only replaced a yard at the last moment. She suddenly brightens into alert attention, but not to what Frampton say. "Her here, they are last," she cried, "just in a time of tea, and don't they look as if they are muddy into the eyes?" Framinto shivered slightly and turned towards the niece with a look intended to convey sympathy, comprehension. The child is staring out of the open window with days honored in her eyes, in a cheek flock of nameless fear. Flamingo swans around the seats and look at the same direction. In the deeping twin lines, three figures were walking across the lawn towards the window. They all are carrying guns under his arms, and one of them were additionally burned in a white coat. Means जब वो वहीं पे बैठे तो देखते वही तीन लोग वहां से आ रहे हैं. Tired brown shackles caps close to the heels. Noisily they heard the house and the horses' young voices chant out the dusk. I said, "Britty, why do you want?" Frank grabbled greedily at the stick and had the hall door and the gravel drive and the front gate were merely noted. Means जब उसे देखा कि वही लोग आ रहे हैं तो उससे सोचा कि ये लोगों के बारे में जो बताया था वही था, वो वहां से भाग जाता है बिल्कुल. ठीक है. अब ये जैसे ही वो भागता है तो उसकी जो वीरा थी उसको एक और स्टोरी मिल जाती है. अब देखो यहाँ कहती है, "I expect that it was a Spaniel sat the night calmly. He told me that he had a horror of dogs. He was once hunted into a cemetery somewhere on the banks of Ganga by a pack of perished dogs and had to spend the night in newly dug grave with the creatures sneezing and grinning the foaming above below, enough to make the animal lost their nerves. Means किस तरीके से ये ट्रिक वो हमेशा अपनाया करती थी. तो ये थी स्टोरी आपकी. होप सो आप लोगों को अच्छे से समझ में आई है. या दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दिस चैप्टर. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो. हैव अ ग्रेट डे.